How y'all doing today? My name is Damian Pacheco from the Reaching Branch, and you're watching Rant, my weekly, unscripted, unedited, uncut talk on a particular subject matter that's on my heart right now that might be of benefit to you. What I want to talk to you today about is being a balcony person. Being a person who is in another person's corner. Not only motivating them and being a cheerleader for them, but really understanding that person and helping them to get from point A to point B. Now, what does that mean? I found in my life that there's a big difference between a cheerleader, somebody that's rah-rah, trying to make you feel good about yourself, and they kind of do it on a superficial level, versus somebody that is willing to kick your tail, get in your face, and really get you off your keister, so to speak, moving forward. We need both types of people in our lives. We do. Let's face it. There's a lot more rah-rah, you're awesome type of people in the world than there are people that are going to get in your face and really kind of get you going. We need both. But there's really a lack of the latter of the two of us. Let me explain why. When we think about our friends, the people that we're really close to, so to speak, there's a lot of friends that we have, but when you think about it, there are very few of them that we've gone to battle with, that you've argued with, that you've had wars with, but it was done with the spirit of love, so to speak. Now, it's hard for me to explain this, but think of a good marriage. Think of your best friend, like the person that you, even if you haven't seen them in 6-7 months, that you could totally just get right back on it with. 9 times out of 10, maybe even more than that, the people who are closest to you in your life are also the people that have also annoyed you the most, have gotten on your nerves the most, have loved you the most, have cheered you the most, have been in your corner the most, have been the people that you want to smack the most. They have hit both sides of the spectrum. On the one hand, they are totally like, I love you, you're awesome. On the other hand, they're like, I'm going to kill you, right? Because they've hit both sides. You have experienced so much of who they are. And they know you inside and out, so to speak, that they've touched you at your core, they've really hit the crux of who you are, and vice versa. There aren't that many people that know you that well, I'm sure. To tell you the truth, there's not that many people that know me that well. But those are also the people that have the key to unlocking my inner potential as balcony people. We have to be sure that the relationships that we have developed to that degree are nurtured. And that as we're nurturing new relationships that have the potential to get there, we have to be aware of the fact that it has that potential. You see, there are some people that we just know we click with, right? But then there are other people that maybe it's not an immediate click, so to speak, but that the friendship develops. That something grows over time, that person is able to look into our lives, or we're able to look into their lives and see value in that person well beyond they might see in themselves. And to be a balcony person, to be a person who is in another person's corner, and I mean really standing in the gap and in their corner, you have to care to the point where it's almost selfless. You have to care whether or not that person succeeds or fails on a deep heart level. And I say that because there's a lot of people that you see on the street, maybe you've got acquaintances and friends, and they say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to try for this team, I'm going to start this business, and you're like, okay, that's cool. Great job, man. I'm wishing the best of luck, right? And that's where it ends, right? But when one of those people who you really care about says to you, man, I'm thinking about starting a business, I've got some stuff going on, and, I think it's time. I want to do this, and I want to do that, and this is what I'm seeing. And then you stop and you think to yourself, okay, one of my best friends in life, somebody that I really care about is going to do something. And then you start asking questions. You start prodding a little bit. You start getting into their lives a little bit. You start looking at all the pieces together. You start becoming an integral part of their inner circle. Wow. That's a little bit of a different story, isn't it? To be somebody's corner man, is to be a confidant to some degree. It's to somebody that they can bounce off of you. To be at somebody's balcony, it's not just standing over there and cheering them on, but calling out, being like, yo, check this out, man, look for this, make sure, hey, you might want to check over here, look over here, etc. It's about being invested in another human being and helping them to succeed because you care about them and because you want the very best for that person. I want to tell you about something that happened to me recently. If you've been watching these Reaching Branch Root Rants, you might have noticed I missed a week. That was a couple of weeks ago. My aunt passed away, and she was a dear lady to me, my godmother as well, and I missed a week, and I was traveling to a show with my friend Joe, and I play trumpet, he plays saxophone in this band, and we're going, he's traveling, he's like, dude, what happened? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you missed a week. Yeah, I know, man, I was depressed. Now, I can't do a Joe impression, because if I do a Joe impression, you'll all be scared. But basically, he got in my face, and he's just like, dude, you need to get your act together, get off that high horse, get out of that ditch, get that root rat out. I'm like, all right, dude. Joe didn't just say, hey man, you could do it. No, he took that big right foot of his and went boom and shocked me essentially out of my depression, because I was pretty depressed for a while there. And you know what? I love Joe to death. He is one of my best friends in life, wonderful family, great kids, etc. And I wouldn't give that talk, that friendship up for the world. And I'm letting you guys know about that because that is the type of person I'm talking about. We have a lot of friends, but very few people who are willing to stand in the gap and knock us out a little bit and be like, yo, you need to get your act together. And granted, I'm coming from a masculine perspective, but ladies, you've probably got a girlfriend or two that will get in your face a little bit and be like, you are not doing your thing. Maybe I need a little more hip action on that. Whatever. Point of the matter is you've got somebody that knows you so well that they can bypass all of those little, social graces and hit you at your core. Joe didn't need to say much to me. I got the point. I don't need to say much to him, frankly, because we're both on the path to doing great things in our lives, okay? And if you are honest with yourself, you've got a couple of people who you are close enough with where you can be that type of person for them. And what I suggest to you, and what I implore you to do is nurture those relationships. Find those people where you have invested your life so deeply into them that you know the ins and outs and everything. Find the people who know you like that, and then be aware of the fact that you guys are in each other's corners. And yes, you can superficially help other people out and be like, yeah, you could do it, blah, blah, blah. And you could take it a little bit further. Maybe you can actually invest into another person's life, even if you don't maybe have that sort of relationship with them. You can certainly help other people out. But for those people that really are in your corner, really on your balcony, nurture them. Make sure that you appreciate those people and you do the utmost, everything to your utmost ability to help them succeed too. Because you know what? The world really revolves around people that are givers. Granted, it's good to be able to receive when necessary, to be able to receive love, to be able to receive all sorts of different things. But when you can give to another person, when you can freely share of your abilities and really be a true cheerleader in the greatest sense for another person, that's when things change in other people's lives and in your life as well. So once again, my name is Damian Pacheco from the Reaching Branch. May you reach from your roots towards the life of your choosing, bearing good fruit along the way. Go out there and be a balcony person for somebody. Get into their lives and really make it happen for them. I'm praying for you. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.